Welcome guys, let's try to solve this new codewars challenge. Now let's get to understand it. Create a function that receives a square, so it's going to be a square matrix, and calculates the sum of diagonals of both diagonals, main and secondary. So matrix is an array of n length whose elements are n length array of integers. This is an example, so we can see it returns 30, which is this first diagonal 159. So 1 plus 5 plus 9, and plus the opposite diagonal 3 plus 5 plus 7, we get 30. We have to do something like that. Okay, now we need to get like the formulas to get the diagonal of the matrix. So this is just my block note here, I'll code later. So if you have like an array like this, it has 3 elements, and it's a 3 by 3 matrix. Alright, now this is index 0, index 1, index 2. If we go from, because this is an array of arrays. Now every sub array there has its index, so this is index 0 of this array, this is index 1, this is index 2. Now this sub arrays has 3 elements, which is at index 0, 1, 2. Sorry, same thing here, 0, 1, 2, and here 0, 1, 2. So you can see that, so this are the indices inside the array of arrays, or inside the matrix if you wish. It's not the values. So you can see that to get this array diagonal values, it's gonna be, let's first take this left to right diagonal here. We see that the element here will be at index 0, 0. Then the element here will be at index 1, 1. And the next one will be at index 2, 2. Alright, now let's take the opposite diagonal, which is this one. It's at index 0, 2. Then this one, it's at index 1, 1. And finally this one here, it's at index 2, 0. So these were the indices to get the diagonal. So we can see like a common variation. It starts from 0 to 2 here. Same thing here, 0 to 2. This is the part that changes, the second value. It starts from 0 to 2, and then here the reverse. So we can look through this array twice. The first one is always from 0 to 2, but just this second value changes. Now we will do the same thing, but the reverse now, 2, 1, 0. So how can we do that? Now it's the matrix that is passed as a parameter, so we don't have like what is a length and what is a column, like what is n. Now it's a square matrix, so it's gonna be 3 by 3 or 4 by 4 or 5 by 5. So if we get the length of the array, basically we get the value of n, the size of the matrix. So like here there is 0, 1, 2, which is 3 elements, so that's the size of the matrix. So let's call our size n. It's gonna be a matrix dot length. All right, so first thing we'll look from 0 to 2, that's from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, so for the first round, you can see these two values increment together. The second one is just opposite. So for the first loop, we can just do like a logical loop where each value changes. So let's say I starts at 0 and ends at n minus 1, and incrementally, what do we do? So before that, the sum is 0, it's a constant value. Okay, so inside sum we're going to add, I want to get this first diagonal here, so it's gonna be the matrix of I. So on the first row it's gonna be 0, 0, and then when I switches to 1, it's gonna be 1, 1, and when I switches to 2, it's gonna be 2, 2. So it's going to get me like this the first half of this summing equation. All right, that's it for this. Okay, now I'm just breaking it down into 2 steps so that it's simple, because we can do that in one for loop. Now let's do this other for loop here. This one, it's gonna be the same thing but with a difference. So the first value is still I, like we can see here is I will switch 0, 1, 2, and this other one, it's gonna be n minus 1 minus I. Let's see, n minus 1 minus I. How is that gonna be? So for this example, n is 3, so to get this 2 is gonna be n minus 1, 3 minus 1, that's 2, minus I. At this point I is 0, so it's gonna be 2. That's it. Now when I becomes 2, it's gonna be n minus 1, that's 2, minus 1, that's 1, and so on and so forth. When I becomes 2, it's gonna be n minus 1, that's 3, minus 1, that's 2 over here, and 2 minus 2, because this is minus I, is gonna be 0. That's it. So the first sum gets the first half of this equation, and this other one gets the second half of this equation. All right, and we can just return some. Now this was just for demonstration purpose. Let me comment and let's try this. Instead of 30, got 14. Why? Let's debug. So at this point, let's print what's the sum. The sum half, like when we are halfway sum is gonna be equal to the sum, and by the end we have like the final sum. Alright, let's see. And then we can also console the original matrix. Okay, let's see. Now this is the matrix. It's a 3 by 3. Now the first half is 6. How come? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, the first part, it actually did the sum of this first line. Meanwhile, it was supposed to be diagonal like this, so something is wrong. So here I was supposed to increment alright. Let's see what's the issue. Let's go to debug. The first half should give 1 plus 5 plus 9. That's 15. That should be the first half. So yeah, let's say like the evolution of what is the matrix at this level. So the matrix is this. What's up with that? That's it. Alright, so this is the matrix. Is 3, 5. It confuses with this matrix up here. So let me just put like an arrow. So we have 3 and 5, just 2 elements. What's the value of n? Let's console the log data and see. Console.log n is end. So n is 3. That's great. We can just cancel this. We're fine. We can. Now, why do we have just 2 values here? And why 3 and 5, but maybe not 7? why it's less than n, sorry, less than n. That's it. I would have said less than or equal to n minus 1, yeah, but less than n. That's a huge mistake. Yeah, that's it. That was the only trouble. Okay, so so the error was this n minus 1. It wasn't taking the whole diagonal. It was taking like 1 5 but not 9, and inversely it was taking 3 5 but not 7. All right, so let's remove all the console logs. It was just for debugging purposes. Okay, that's it. Test attempt. Right, that's a simple way to approach this trouble. Now, see you on another